Picture this. It's a random Tuesday evening. You are in your backyard, trying to plant some tomatoes to save a few dollars on groceries. You swing your shovel down. Clunk. You hit an unexpected underground hazard. You dig a little deeper, pull a rock out, and suddenly a thick, terrible-smelling black sludge starts bubbling up right into your tomato bed. You just struck raw crude oil. Your brain plays the Hollywood montage. You map out the private jet, you pick out the island, you crown yourself the new Saudi prince of the suburbs. The government views massive energy reserves through the lens of national security and eminent domain. If you call the news, the state can legally seize your backyard, pay you the market value for the grass and dirt, not the oil, and lock you out of your own property while they secure the resource for federal interests. Your first instinct is likely to keep it quiet, pump it out at night, and store it yourself. Stop. Raw crude oil is a corrosive chemical soup emitting lethal hydrogen sulfide gas. You cannot put it in a Honda Civic. If you try to store this substance in DIY containers, it will eat through the plastic and seep into the groundwater. The EPA will trace the contamination back to your garage, hit you with a $50 million cleanup fine, and charge you with environmental crimes. This is an industrial oil refinery. Facilities on this scale cost roughly $2 billion to build, which makes refining the crude yourself a physical and financial impossibility. Since physical extraction is scientifically impossible for an individual, we have to navigate the legal code. You must use the government's own regulatory systems to secure the wealth before they realize the oil exists. This brings us to the core legal hurdle: split estate. In many jurisdictions, owning the surface dirt and the grass does not guarantee you own the resources hidden underneath it. If a corporation or the government already holds the rights to that subsurface layer, they can lease your land to an oil major, tear down your house, and pay you the bare minimum for the bricks while they keep the profits. Your immediate countermove is silence. You do not call the news. You pay cash to an independent landman, a specialized legal researcher, to quietly trace your property deed back 100 years at the county courthouse. Your landman is looking for physical proof. They need to find a century-old warranty deed, exactly like this one, that explicitly ties the mineral rights directly to your specific property address. If someone else's name is on those rights, you pour concrete over the hole and never speak of it again. But if this document proves you own the subsurface rights, you move to the next phase. Verifying that deed is the dividing line between being forcibly evicted and securing a multi-generational asset. Attaching your personal name and home address to a highly regulated natural resource makes you a target for massive liability claims and personal lawsuits. You need a corporate shield. You form an anonymous limited liability company in a privacy-friendly jurisdiction, like Wyoming or Delaware. Next, you execute a legal transfer, moving the subsurface mineral rights out of your personal name and assigning them to this new corporate entity. Moving the title to an LLC distances your personal identity from the liability of the well. Instead of being an individual, you are now a legal entity negotiating a commercial contract. This is a large-scale oil drilling rig. Instead of hiding the discovery, your LLC contacts a mid-tier oil exploration company that already operates this machinery. You negotiate a mineral lease. This contract grants the corporation permission to extract the resource, while you retain the core ownership of the land. By signing the lease, you make the corporation responsible for the billions in infrastructure, environmental compliance, and the inevitable legal battles with the EPA. Outsourcing the extraction eliminates your personal liability and physical risk, allowing the corporation to handle the regulatory burden while you hold the title. The lease creates two mechanisms. First, an upfront cash lease bonus. The corporation pays this lump sum just to sign the paperwork. Second, a permanent royalty percentage. You collect 15 to 25% from every barrel they pull out of the ground. This income is entirely passive. A corporate entity deposits revenue into your LLC every month, and you never have to touch a drop of the oil. Discovery of a resource yields wealth through title, not manual labor. You are finalizing a binding agreement where you collect revenue based on your legal standing as the owner. Generating sustainable wealth requires moving beyond the simple hoarding of physical assets. You are using legal architecture to force massive institutions to navigate the risk for you. If you let greed or ego drive your initial decisions, you invite government intervention and risk losing the asset entirely. Let me know in the comments. If you struck oil tomorrow, what is the very first thing you would buy with your lease bonus? And hit subscribe if you want more strategies to secure your assets. Stop chasing the illusion of secret wealth. Learn the legal code and turn a suburban hazard into a legitimate asset.